Hi guys, welcome to the Konekt TV.
Hi, I'm Lydia.
And I'm Sheila. And this is a special edition to celebrate all the moms on the Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day! Well, it's such a blessing and we are so grateful to be here. Yeah. And we're going to talk about motherhood. We're going to talk about being an international student and everything in between. So where do we start from? Maybe, how did we meet?
Actually, yeah. How did we meet? Do you know?
I remember.
Do you?
Yeah, at work.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We met at work.
Yeah.
I was a new staff member at work, and I walked in, and I could just hear someone's voice from outside the door. I could hear someone go, "Oh yeah. Please give him meds. Give him this. Give him that." And I'm like, "Who's this?" And I walk in, and I see this African girl doing her thing, being a boss at work. And I said, "Oh." And I remember I was just like, for a minute, I was starstruck, you know?
Oh.
And yeah, I was. And after that, we got to know each other. And I remember you said the word dada, and I was like, "Are you Kenyan?" Because I remember. I didn't know you were Kenyan at first. Yeah. But then after that, we clicked and we talked about school and family. And from there, we were just close and
sweet. Oh my God, yeah, that's true. So we met at work and all the way through, Lydia has been there for me. I know we're talking about motherhood and Lydia is here with me today because she's my daughter's godmother and she's also going to share a bit of being a godmother to my daughter and her experience. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And so I'd like to put it out there that when I met you, you were not a mother then.
Yes, yeah. That's true.
When I met you, you were working as a nurse.
Yeah.
And you didn't know anything about motherhood then.
Yeah, so, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
So first, tell us, how was your migration journey to Australia?
So I came to Australia in 2015. I came as an international student. I came and I studied nursing. That's the reason really why I came to Australia. I finished in 2018 and I'm a registered nurse at the moment. Yeah, what about you?
I came in 2018. Mm-hmm. At first, I came and I studied business, but I changed to social work later. Mm-hmm. And now I am a recent graduate.
Hello. So proud of you.
Thank you. I did a master's in social work and yeah, I'm proud of myself.
You should be. You should be. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, love.
Yeah, so today, being Mother's Day, you know, we are so proud of all the mothers out there. And if you're a mom out there, you should be celebrated because you do an amazing job. Yeah. And you should not just be celebrated today, you should be celebrated every other day. So, you know, and don't wait for people to celebrate you. You should celebrate yourself. You know, sometimes we lean so much on other people to recognize what we do as mothers, and some of that is not even seen out there. True. So I think it's important that, you know, you pat yourself on the back sometimes and be like, you know what, I think I'm doing a good job. Yeah. Yeah. So Lydia, I want to ask you, you know, like you said, you did, when we met, I was not a mother yet. No. And, you know, a lot has changed over the 2 years. Right. What do you think of that whole journey, like in 2 years? Because Lydia has been there for me from the beginning. Like I announced that I was pregnant with my daughter in December 12th, 2020. I was, I think, 5.5 months along. And that's when even Lydia found out no one actually knew except me and my partner. So I just want her to share what it's been for her, you know? Yeah.
I think with the fact that we are actually friends, it's unconditional love. I mean, with being one of the first people to meet your daughter, she actually has a girl. I don't think we said the gender of your child.
Yeah, I do.
She's the best girl in the world. And just being your friend and just giving you that unconditional love and supporting you through it, just seeing you go through all the phases of motherhood, even the pregnancy, changing your walking style and all. I mean, pregnancy can do things to you. I wish I had a video, but anyway, it's stuck.
Like, say the nice things first.
Oh, yes. Also, just you know, just seeing how you grew and how you kept saying, I can't wait to hold my daughter. I can't wait to see my baby. And also juggling work also, you know, like I was so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's a good thing for girls like me or women like me to see someone like you juggle work and, you know, and carrying a baby. You know, and for me, I'm like, okay, if I get there, I could do that too.
Right.
You know, I feel like that is very, it's very motivational on my side. So also, I wanted to ask you, when how did you find out you were pregnant? Was it a feeling?
Well, yeah. I mean, I you know, like I kind of suspected I didn't suspect I was pregnant, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't planned. And when I found out on the 23rd of August 2020, and it was a shock. Like, bro, you know, like, you know, like I know some people plan for it and it's exciting, and a lot of people don't talk about it when it's like a shock. And in my Instagram page, I spoke about it a little bit. It's like I was so shocked. Like, I don't know, like I think deep down I felt like that 16-year-old girl who hasn't finished school and shouldn't be pregnant and all that. But it took a couple of weeks to actually, you know, like I would say like 2 weeks or 3 maybe to just accept, and then now start to like be excited about it. But it was a shock. Yeah, that was like my first reaction. But I've got a very amazing partner, and he's just, you know, kind of like held me down and, you know, reassured me and stuff. And then that just
Shout
made
out
everything,
to Victor.
that just made everything easy. But that's how I found out. It wasn't planned, so it was a bit of a shock. But after that, it was okay.
And how, like, at what point did you feel like you wanted to tell people about it?
I'm glad you asked that question, Lydia, because when you're like, this is something I thought about after I told everyone, because I got mixed reactions, and I totally understand. Like, some people were like, they were happy that I'm having a baby, but they were like upset about me announcing to them late or hiding it from them, as they would put it. But it was just a personal decision, you know, like I just felt like it was something I wanted to keep to myself and kind of enjoy it, because I knew the moment you say you're pregnant, like it becomes kind of like everyone's business. Like, are you okay? Is your back hurting? You should sit down. Do you want a cuppa? You know? So I just wanted it to really just be like my little secret, and, you know, just to keep it for myself, and then like share it when I'm ready, you know. And I feel like everybody should really respect and acknowledge the fact that, you know, it is your personal detail, you know. Like, if you want to keep it to yourself, you keep it to yourself for however long, you know. It shouldn't be like you should have told me or whatever, you know. But look, all my friends that I shared with were very supportive and excited. So
did you like tell everyone at once? The day you told your friends was the exact same day you told your family, like your parents?
No, so we told our parents a day before. Like, so it was, I remember it was on a Friday, and I told my mom at like midnight Australian time, and then we had dinner with my friends the day after, and then I told my friends. So
wow,
I know. I got the feels from that time, because everyone was like, but it was good. It was really good.
And so how was your pregnancy journey?
My pregnancy was a very interesting one. I didn't plan on having my daughter Tori, but you know, she came along, and she's such a blessing. Having said that, I adore her, you know. But I had to work right through my pregnancy, you know, like, and then it was 2020. There was a COVID, you know, like life was changing. There was a lot of isolation, and it was just different compared to normal, you know. Like, I worked right through to I think I was off for a week, and then I had my daughter, you know, which was a personal choice. And I thank God, because my pregnancy was relatively easy. I had the challenges of the normal challenges, you know, like of back pain and all this stuff. But I'm so grateful for my friends and you specifically. Like, at some point, she literally used to like put my legs in the car after work, because I couldn't lift my legs into the car. I was good to drive, but you know what I mean? Which is the little details that just make a difference. But other than that, my pregnancy was good. I thank God. The reason why I'm saying it was good is because I kind of had a lot of information maybe because of like being a nurse or being a nurse. Like I had a lot of information, and that I was able to get myself help if I needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I would tell other, say, pregnant moms or people who go through the same journey is that there's a lot of resources, there's a lot of help out there. Yeah. Like you've just got to find it, you know?
Yeah.
So you need to ask your nurses and your doctors. You need to ask your GP, for instance, or your midwife. You know, when you go to hospital, there's like a cross, what are they called? They're called cross-cultural workers who kind of help you with the services you may think you are not able to access as an international student or as a migrant, but they are actually there for you. So if you're pregnant, you know, ask these questions because there's a lot of help out there. Yeah.
True. And would you say that it would have been, or would you recommend for people to plan their pregnancies?
Look, that's a very interesting question because, I don't know, maybe I'm just being general, but a lot of pregnancies are not planned. Like a lot of them, you know, like I am, you know, it's a general assumption, but a lot of them are not planned, you know.
Yeah.
If you can plan, honey, plan.
Why not?
Because like financially, especially if you're in Australia or you're outside Kenya where life is different.
Right.
Like there is no neighbor that you knock the door and be like, can you hold this baby? I'm going to the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to plan yourself. You have to plan yourself financially, the kind of help you need, you know, when you have the baby and stuff like that. But definitely plan if you can. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, if you plan, things get easier.
That's true.
Most definitely.
100%. Yeah.
And after you got Tori, and she was born, I feel like everything stopped there. Like everything was like time stopped for a second for you.
It's so funny that I get the chills, and it's like 2 years since she was born. Yeah.
So during COVID, that's when Tori was born. Yeah. It was 2020?
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah. 2021 in around April.
Yeah.
So around that time, I knew there were restrictions, and you could only get like 2 people in to see Tori.
Yes.
So how did you choose who was going to see Tori?
Yeah.
Because I know there was like a long list of people, and just being Kenyans, we'd love to, like, you know, all of us come in and see you and sing, and you know, just celebrate the baby.
Yeah. Look, like you said, you know, there was COVID during that time. Yeah. And because of the challenges of COVID, you know, there's infection control. You've got a new baby. Right. You know, most of my friends work in healthcare. And, you know, just to keep the baby safe and ourselves safe, we just chose to like fast, not tell anyone when she was being born. It was just like, you know, she's due at the end of April. And then at some point we decided, oh, okay, you know, like, we'll have to tell someone to bring us food or clothes or stuff like that, you know? So what happened was, how I chose was just really the people who are within my circle. Yeah. And the reason why I chose you is because, you know, I mean, it's you.
Oh, the godmother.
Yeah, the godmother. Look, she's really been there for me since through and through my pregnancy. And, you know, the way she loved me, I knew she's going to love my baby the same way. So that's why I chose you. Yeah, but it was more infection control. That's why we didn't let a lot of people to come in.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. So as a new mom, what kind of challenges did you have and how did you overcome them?
I had lots of challenges as a new mom. So first of all, we had COVID, right? So there was restrictions. Actually, here in New South Wales, there was a restriction whereby people could not travel within 5 kilometers from one suburb to another.
Right.
And I think there was like a period of the first 3 months where nobody could come nobody could actually come and visit us because most of my friends were within that, you know, that 5 kilometers. They were, I mean, more than that. Yeah. So the biggest challenge was just that isolation, you know, like you've had a baby and normally people would come and visit you. And by that time, after, you know, like 4 weeks, you're open to people visiting, but nobody could come because of COVID, you know. So you're sitting at home, you're isolated. Yes, people are ringing and stuff, but like that isolation was just really lonely, you know. But I'm so glad because Lydia moved in with us. Oh, God love you. And helped us during the whole time. And she moved in with us for like for 6 weeks after the baby was born, or even longer, and helped us throughout that period. Because if she lived with us, then it was okay. But if she was coming from one suburb to another, obviously because of COVID, she couldn't. But that was the biggest challenge. Yes. I mean, talking about that challenge, I wanted to ask you, Lydia, like, how was it for you? You know, like, I know for me that was just like a challenge, but how was it for you having never had a baby? You know, like, how was it for you supporting someone who's had a baby and you're an international student, you are on your clinical placements, you know, you need to work for your living. Like, I just want to know what was going through your mind and how was it for you?
I think I first really want to thank God because I feel like that kind of strength is only God given, honestly. Because I was so busy with work and with school, but at the same time, just knowing that I was driving home to come and see you, Tori, you know, like trying and helping you guys in any way. I feel like that really encouraged me. And I also know myself. I know I am more like a supportive person. I like supporting people and just being there for people. And I knew that, you know, this is my one chance to to support someone to the top, if there is a top. You know what I mean? And so I feel like I just juggled, you know? Some way, somehow, through it all, God just came through. That's and just gave me the strength and gave me the time. Somehow things worked out.
I remember.
By the way, I made more money during that time.
Hallelujah.
More than any other time. I don't know how that happened. But yes, that is actually true. Because I remember even when Tori was turning 1, I remember that day. I remembered it so well. I made more money. Guys, support your friends.
Tell them.
Who have babies. Yes. You will make more money.
Well, that's interesting. But I'm so grateful for you. Well, Lydia, I have a few questions for you, and I think a lot of people would benefit to hear from her because Lydia just graduated from Master of Social Work. I'm so proud of her. And I just thought, you know, it's a good platform as well, you know, for her to share a little bit about her journey, where she's been, like, all through until now. So, Lydia, just a quick question. How has your journey been? Like, I know you've done it, you know, you've done really well. You've achieved what you came to do in Australia. But I just wanted you to share for other international students, like, what was the one thing that maybe motivated you, like, you know, to like I know a lot of students who've come and they haven't finished their uni. What was the one thing that motivated you to get to where you are right now?
I would say the one thing that really motivated me to get to the finish line would be, you know how they say, if you start something, finish it? I would say that was the baseline. If you start something, finish it. It doesn't matter what, you know, what it costs you. If you know in the end, it's going to be a benefit in your life and it's something that you want for yourself, finish it, whatever it is. Finish the journey. I would say also the opportunities that are in this country, massive, amazing. So many. I feel like it would be inspirational, you know, if most of us as international students finish the job, you know, and also just coming from a family where education is the thing, it's the key, if I may say. I feel like my mom is that person. My mom is like finishing her PhD. And all of us have done masters. So
you better tell them.
All
Look
of
into
us
that camera.
Have done masters. Okay. So with that said, I feel like just having siblings who motivate you and there are people that have done it themselves is one of the best, you know, motivators. You know, you finish and you know that, you know, it can be done. You know?
Just also, what was your biggest challenge, you know, in your 2.5 years, 3 years, like, in total plus your placement? Like, what was your biggest challenge, you know?
I would say work-life balance.
How was it?
Work-school balance, actually.
How did you manage?
Well, when you have time off work, it's full schoolwork.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like that was the only way that I could maneuver.
Okay.
After school, work.
Yeah.
After work, school. And you just tell yourself, you know, this is only going to happen for the next 1 year, 2 years, and I'll be done.
Yeah.
So you just dive headfirst. Yeah.
I just remembered something. You are actually in the thick of your uni when COVID happened. Like, how did that affect your studies, and how did you manage it? Because I know a lot of students who are affected.
Yeah.
Like, did you, you know, like, what resources did you, counseling, what did you do? Yeah.
So first, of course, you know, with COVID also, we couldn't go to uni physically, so we had to do everything online. Okay. Which, to be honest, was a blessing for international students because of the travel from work to school to home, you know. So with COVID, we couldn't get placements. Okay. And every uni was struggling to get placements for master students. And I think even bachelor students too. I remember. We couldn't get placements anywhere because no one was trusting anyone to come into their institution. Yeah, because of infection control. Yeah. So in that way, we had to stay a whole semester out of uni. We would study online. So we picked a few units ahead to do them before or during that time. Wow. Because, you know, there's no way we could stay home without doing anything. Yeah. And then after that, we now did placements. Okay. Yeah. So that's how that was helpful. The biggest challenge. And it was also a blessing in disguise anyway. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Now, let's bring it back to motherhood. Okay. I wanted to ask you, I've been dying to ask you this question. Like, don't look at me like that. Like, it's nothing. Okay, it's something. Okay. What, like, you know, like you just being there for me, which you have been there for me throughout my pregnancy and even, you know, for the past 2 years. How has that inspired you in a way, or how has, like, what have you picked up from it? You know, like, I know you don't have a child yet to apply probably the knowledge or whatever we've done together, but like, you know, it doesn't have to be motherhood related, but have you, you know, has it inspired you in any way? Yes, I would say it has. Yeah. In the most amazing way. Yeah. I feel like since I know you and I've seen that journey, I want to be a mother. Do you? Yes, I feel like I want to be a mother. I feel like I would wing it. Sis, you know what I mean? That. I feel like I could do it because I've seen what you've done. Yeah. I've been there with you every single day. Yeah. And in that way, I know that I can do it. Seeing you work and raise a child and seeing how possible it is the best thing. Amazing. Oh my God, that's just the best thing I've had all year. Knowing I know someone who can do it, it makes me feel like I know I can do it. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Wow. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. So about raising a child in the diaspora, how was that for you? Wow, I could write a book literally about this because it's so different, you know? Yeah. Like, there's information that you know, as like that I knew, you know, from just raising my siblings, that this is how you raise a child. There is information online, on the internet, on Instagram. There is information in books, you know. There's information that you get from your doctors and midwives. I can say information overload. Like, by the time you're getting all this information, you really can't, you don't know what's right and what's wrong. So, I mean, it's a blessing. Like, I got to learn a lot about being a mother before I had Tori online, but also it was hard to kind of decide what information to take in and to apply it on my child and what not to, you know. So I think the biggest challenge is just the difference in terms of culture, how we raise our children back home. Because remember, Tori is my first child. So I've never had, you know, experience of my own. Yeah. So when I had Tori, I had the midwife tell me how to do certain things. And then I had my mom tell me how to do certain things. And then I had my mother-in-law tell me how to do certain things, you know? Yeah. And I had things that I knew myself that, you know, this is how I want to do it, you know? That's why I said earlier on, like, COVID was a blessing in disguise because my mom's going to watch this anyway. Sorry, mom. But, like, I was glad she was not here to tell me, do this and do that and don't do this, you know? I got the chance to actually do it my way, which gave me some sort of peace of mind, like, you know, this is how I want my child to be. You know, when you're a first-time mom, I'm not doing that to my child and I'm not doing that. So,
yeah, like I think the biggest challenge was just trying to balance what you know versus what you're being told, you know, and versus what is in the books.
Right.
Yeah, that was the biggest challenge for me. And I think another challenge for me, like say at the moment now, she's grown, she just turned 2. Hallelujah.
Thank
toddler.
you.
But the biggest challenge for me is at the moment, or like say for the past 1 year, has been trying to unlearn some of those things. Trust me, you need to unlearn some of those things that you saw on the internet or heard from your friends or your family, you know, whatever. Like you just have to unlearn them and actually follow the cues of your child, you know. Like, I'll give you an example. When I had Tori, I bought a book. It's a very nice book, and it kind of said something about raising a calm child or whatever. Don't laugh. Because, you know, every mother wants a calm child, you know. And I read this book, you know. I actually got angry when my partner was late to get it. And once he got it, I read it, and it was always next to me where I was breastfeeding. And then what happened was that, like you know, 1 year down the line, I'm like, bro, I'm not going to apply some routine that someone wrote who doesn't know my child, you know, onto my daughter. You know, like it's like you're forcing things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started to unlearn those routines and kind of follow the cues. So I think the one thing I'd like to tell the moms out there, don't follow the theoretical stuff that you read out there or the unsolicited advices from people. Just follow your child, like follow the cues of your child.
Right.
One really example in that book was saying, like, you know, when Tori was little, they need to sleep like during the day routine. One of the day routine used to say something like, oh, at this age, they can only be awake for 45 minutes. So I'll be there rocking Tori to sleep because I'm like, bro, this book says you need to sleep, you know?
Yeah.
And my daughter would just be looking at me like, what? You know?
She wasn't sleeping.
She wasn't sleeping.
Oh.
She was like, what? No, I'm not sleeping. So like I had to unlearn those things and be like, okay, fine. That's it, you know? Like, so what I'm trying to say is, as much as there's so much information out there, please follow your child's cues, you know? At the end of the day, you're the mother. You can see, you know, and follow your maternal instincts. Is that it? Yeah. Follow your maternal instincts. They are always right, you know? Yeah. So that's like the biggest challenge in diaspora. Like things are done differently, you know? So yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Is quite something.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to know, what support systems are there for mothers presently?
Okay.
Yeah.
So look, there's a lot of support out there, especially for us international students, or, you know, like I'm no longer an international student, but you know what I mean? Like, especially the migrants, especially the students, especially, you know, like people from, you know, like people who've just migrated. The only challenge I found was that, having said that, is a lot of us don't know about these resources that are out there. And I would advise anybody out there who's planning to have a child, who's expecting a child, or even has children already, young children, to speak to your GP, you know, speak to your GP, speak to your midwife. Also speak to your friends and find out. Like there's like I said before, there's like the cross-cultural worker at the hospital who will kind of guide you and tell you what resources you can access within the hospital, even with your student insurance. You know, some of them cover these things. Some of them are even free. You know, there's like bathing classes, breastfeeding classes. Make sure you also attend your prenatal clinic. They're amazing. The midwives, they're amazing. Shout out to Kay at St. George Hospital. My God, she was just brilliant, you know. So I think everybody should just ask, because these resources are there, you know. Any kind of support you need is available to you. And if you have any challenges, like I said, if you speak to people, I'm sure there's someone who knows someone, you know, or someone who knows like a hospital or a clinic or a family health clinic, they call. Yeah. So there's a lot of resources there for moms. And also just find your community. There's like here in Sydney, we have the, what is it called? The Kiswa community. We have the Kenya Women Empowerment. Like, women supporting other women. So don't isolate yourself. Don't isolate yourself in the process of, oh, you know me, I like to keep to myself. It's not healthy. You know, of course, keep your boundaries, but like it's not healthy. Just find your people, because I've been able to raise my daughter here in Sydney because of support from, you know, my friends, people like Lydia. And from the support that I've received from my local GP, from the midwives, from the family health clinic. So there's a lot of support out there. Please don't isolate yourself.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. It's good to know that there's support.
Yeah.
But then also, for the people who don't know there's support, of course, even the people that know there's support, right? I feel like you might have, you might want more support mentally, right? You know, being a new mom and all that, you know, how was your mental health at the time?
Mental health, like, you know, like postpartum, right? It's very challenging. Like, you've just had a baby, and in this case, I've had a child during COVID, you know, like on top of the normal postpartum, you know, like stresses. So I think, how did I would like to frame that question, like, how did I ground myself? So to be honest with you, I still have a very supportive partner who was, you know, there for me. And we kind of just realized that there's only two of us, you know, because of COVID, there's only the two of us. So leaned on each other, you know, we just drew strength from each other. And I just had friends that I spoke to. I had friends that I spoke to, you know, like the way me and you used to talk to each other and share. I feel like it's such an isolated period, but it doesn't have to be isolated. So once you have your child, you don't have to isolate it. Like, it is, you know, you've had a child, obviously. So all your friends have gone back to their normal lives. People have gone back to work. Others have gone back to uni. It's normal to feel isolated, but you can find things to do, or you can find people that, you know, can maybe visit you. You can go for walks with your daughter. I used to go for walks with Tori, just put her in the pram, and it was winter, and we'll just go for walks. Like, you know, being out there in nature, like, it's just so calming. So don't lock yourself in a house. Get out there, do some walks, you know, talk to people. If you've got family around you, surround yourself with family and support. And also, like I said before, if you feel some type of way, you know, when you have a child, there's postpartum depression. A lot of women go through it. It is normal. Don't feel ashamed. You can speak to your GP, and they can be able to refer you or give you medication to help you. So yeah, don't lock yourself in. Don't be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's nice. And so, what advice would you have for new moms, aspiring moms, young moms? Yeah, what advice would you have?
That's a very, it's a very, I know, it's a very good question, but also it just makes me feel some type of way, because look, I'm a first-time mom. I only have 2 years experience, by the way, but, you know, I'll just share based on my journey. And what I'll tell the new moms out there is go with the flow. Like, I think stay positive and go with the flow, you know, like, don't stress yourself. Like, like I said before, there's a lot of information. Like, for instance, like, I've got a page on Instagram, Being Mama Tori, and there's just a lot of, like, way of life that people have and they share online. And it is so easy to feel pressurized to kind of want that life, you know, like, you want to have, you know, certain things for your child, like what you've seen online, you know. And I think it's just so important for moms to realize that you've got to live in your reality, you know. You can't force things, you know. You can't live beyond your budget because you want to buy this $5,000 pram, you know, because you think your baby's going to act differently. Honey, even if you buy the $800 one, they're still going to be the same babies,
and that's,
you know. And that's on period. It's true, though, you know. Like, listen, all your child needs, I would say, on a serious note, is they need you. That's it. All your child needs is you. That's it. They don't care whether you've bounced back that body. They don't care whether you're making that much money. They don't care whether, you know, you're this flashy mom or the, you know, just chill mom. They just want you, and you're enough for your children. If you're a new mom, if you're an aspiring mom, you know, just stay positive. Go with the flow. You know, one of my friends, called Betty, told me that don't be like a worrying mom, you know. Everything you just, like, I'm not saying don't worry if you need to worry, but I'm just saying just calmness, you know, just speak calmness to yourself. And one thing for those moms who are expecting, one thing that my mom told me and my mother-in-law told me was that you need to speak life into your child. You need to speak health into your child before they're born, you know, while they're still, you know, in the uterus. You need to speak calmness into your child, you know. I'm telling you, I'm a living testimony. You know that, Lydia. I used to speak goodness to my child. I used to speak health to my child. I used to speak calmness in Tori, and she's just as perfect as can be. I'm not bragging, but I thank God that she is just everything I prayed for. Yeah. So pray for your child, pray for yourself, you know, and just stay calm. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I really do. I really like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just it, really. Like, you know, like, yeah, motherhood is very challenging. You know, like a lot of people say it's easily the most challenging thing, but the most rewarding thing. And it's just that. It's really that, you know? Yeah, it's very challenging. Very challenging.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it can be done.
It can be done.
Yes.
That's it. It can be done.
Yeah.
This edition with the Konekt is basically to celebrate moms, you know, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And I want to celebrate you because you have actually, like, I don't even know how to put it, but you have been there for me, and I see you as Tori's second mom, if there's anything like that. Like, and I just...
There is something.
Yeah. And I just wanted you to actually, I know there are a lot of people who are actually playing the role, your role, you know, like they're supporting other moms who've just had kids and they're in, you know, friends or whatever. So what would you say to them? Like, is there anything you want to tell them?
I want to tell them you are the best person in the world.
That's true.
That's the first thing I would say.
Yeah.
Secondly is keep supporting moms. Keep supporting them. And when that baby is born, trust me, you will be just as happy. You will be just as excited as the mother is. Okay, of course, probably not as much, but close. I would also say, keep supporting moms. Yeah. And just know that at least you have a distraction. You can walk out of the house and go and take a walk and come back, but you are the mom's distraction most of the time. True. So when you come home, you know, tell stories, talk about things, get her off that whole idea of just thinking about the baby, you know, I should do this, I should do that, you know. I feel like 100%. Just being that distraction would be helpful. You know what I mean? And I know that's what you're doing, so keep doing it. Also, another kind of support that you would give is work around the house. Yes. I feel like the mom has it on lock about the baby. The mom is there. She's got it 100%. I love it. I feel like when you're home and you've come home, help with the dishes, cook dinner, help with the laundry. Sis, tell them. Clean, you know? I know. Because the mom is only capable of being a mom at that time, you know, and you can do much more. That's true. So I feel like,
that's really a good point. Yeah, a lot of people, when they visit you, they, you know, which is a nice thing, you know, they are like, oh, can I hold the baby? But, you know, you're a first time mom. You're also like, you know, you're just in your own world with your baby. And most of the time you don't feel the need to have a break from your baby, you know, but like the dishes and the laundry and dinner. So I feel like you said, when people come and visit, those are the things you need help with, not the baby.
Just putting it up there. So guys, that's about it. I hope you learned and you laughed too. So anything else you want to say?
I actually want to say something. So today is Mother's Day, and even though I am a mom, I also have a mom, you know, like my own mother. So I wanted to celebrate my mom. Thank you, mom, for everything you do for me, for sacrificing your time and your, you know, business back in Africa and being here for me for this period. God bless you. I love you very much.
Oh, and for me, mom, can I even? Hey, I don't know. But mom, I just want to say thank you. I wouldn't be this amazing girl without you. I wouldn't be this girl with such a big heart without you. Thank you for being a supportive mom, and I love you so much to bits.
Yes.
Can't wait to see you.
So guys, if you need any help, if you feel like you want to, you know, chat, please, you can send me a DM on my Instagram page. It's at Being Mama Tori. We're going to link it down below. And if you have any questions, if you want any tips from me, or if you want to share anything that could benefit me, more than happy to learn from you. Please follow me on Instagram and I will get back to you.
And if you're an international student and you're looking for inspiration, guys, follow me on Instagram. My handle is Lydia_Shafa_Toro.
Sis.
I'll be sure to put that somewhere. I know it's a bit hard to remember. But yeah, follow me and yeah, I'll be happy to connect with you guys. Any parting shot you have?
Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much to the Konekt team for putting all this together. You guys are doing an amazing job. Yay. So guys, please subscribe, follow, share, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on their videos, and we will see you on the next one.